A very good morning to the students of class 7. Welcome to our social science. Students, mute your microphone, all of you. Okay. So good morning all. So let's begin today about the last two subunits of your chapter number 5, that is water. So this is the last chapter from term 1. So listen carefully today. So in previous classes I have discussed about the three type of ocean circulation. One is tide, number 2 it is the waves, and number 3 the ocean currents. So the waves I have already discussed the different type of waves. Now today we are going to discuss about the tides and ocean currents. It is present in page number 35 of your geography book, chapter number 4. So let's start. What is tide? The tide is a rhythmic rise and fall of ocean water twice in a day. The rhythmic rise and fall of ocean water twice in a day called the tide. So tides also two type, the high tide and low tide. Okay, Shobhik, any question? Okay, high tide and okay, Shobhik, syllabus already mentioned in your e-portal. Okay, you can check the syllabus from the e-portal chat box. So it is two types, number 1 high tide, number 2 low tide. So what is high tide? That is a high tide when water covers much of the shore by rising to its highest level, and it is low tide when water falls to its lowest level and recedes from the shore. Okay, so these are in other languages is called in Bengali Joar Bhata. Okay, so high tide and low tide. So let's explain how did these tides occur. Okay, the tides mainly occurred because of the strong gravitational pull exerted by the sun and the moon on Earth's surface causes the tides. Okay, the water of the earth closer to the moon gets pulled under the influence of moon's gravitational force and cause high tide. And mostly these things are occurred in the time of full moon and new moon night. Full moon means Purnima and new moon means Amavasya. So the sun, the moon and the earth are in the same line on these occasions, okay, on these particular dates, and the tides are highest. So these tides are called spring tide. Okay. So I am drawing the picture. So if this is a sun, okay, this is our sun. I am drawing this portion, it is very huge. Okay, and this is our earth. And it is the moon, our satellite. So when moon, sun and earth in a same line, what happened in this position? So in this position, the water bodies of the earth, they come closer. So water rises, all the water bodies in this way. because of the gravitational pull of the moon. in full moon night and also in new moon night. Okay, so both the cases the water level rises on the both the of the all the water bodies situated in the earth, such as the pond, the river, as well as the oceans, the sea, okay, lakes, everywhere. So this is, and this situation is called the spring tide. Okay, so spring tide picture is also present in your book, figure number 5.5. Either these things happened or either these things happened. Okay, one side moon, one side sun, they attracts with their gravitational pull to the water bodies of earth. So that's why water bodies, the water rises. And these things, when this is not in full moon night, what happen? In full moon night, this type of things have occurred. When the both together, they attract the water. Okay, so this is the spring tide. Now next one, it is the neap tide. What is neap tide? These tides are called, okay, when the moon in its first and last quarter, the ocean waters get drawn in diagonally opposite directions by the gravitational pull of sun and earth, resulting in low tides. And these tides are called neap tides. In this position, moon is here. Here means it is not a 3D picture. Okay. Sir, the camera down. Camera. Okay, I am drawing here. It is very far. Okay, I am drawing here. That's okay, sir. Oh. Okay. So now look at that. In this position, so it is a 2D map, 2D picture. So I cannot draw on the way. Actually, it is placed at the time on the opposite side. Okay. So in both the side, and so in this way. Okay. Two moons in two sides and earth in the middle portion. Okay, so then again the gravitational pull occurred and sun also from this side attracts. So in that situation, this type of tides occurred. So water raised in the opposite portion of the earth, and this position is called neap tide. Okay, and in neap tide position, these two positions are in high tide and these two positions are in low tide. But on the spring tide situation, these two positions in high tide, these two positions in low tide. Okay, understood, students? Okay, Shanchari asked me if any confusion is there. Understood? Okay. So this is called the neap tide. And so now, what are the uses of tide? How tides useful for us in everyday's life? Number one. Okay, I am rubbing this picture. So it's very helpful for us to harbor the ships. To harbor the ships means in this position these tides help the big ships to harbor in the ports to and arrive at the harbor more easily. Okay. Number 2, it also helps for in the fishing activity. You know that in the time of tides, the fishermen, they went to the sea in the estuary on the rivers to catch fishes, because at that time all the fishes from the oceans, they came close to the shore. In the rivers also same thing occurred. So that's why the fishermen, they went for fishing on that time. So help in fishing, So every year the lot of fishermen, they went to the sea shores of Bengal for catching the hilsa fish. Okay, from the hilsa fish on the estuary of Ganges river. So number 3, the rise and fall of water due tides is being used to generate electricity. It is also unconventional, non-conventional source of electricity, and we can generate electricity using the force of tide. Okay, so these are the 3 uses of tides. Now we are going to discuss about the ocean currents. So these are the uses, okay, uses of tides. Now next one, ocean currents. So before discussing these things, I will draw the picture of the world. Okay, so look at, students, carefully the map. And this is our India here. Okay. So in this map, where is equator? Can you tell me that where is equator? equator is just passes through that region. Okay, so that is equator, 0 degree. And what happened in the case of currents, that ocean, what is ocean current? Because of the rotation of the earth as well as rotation of the earth, you know that the sun rays fall in different angle on different locations of the earth, on different latitudes, such as the equator, they got continuous daylight, and they got the sunlight or sun rays directly and became very much hot. So most of the deserts, the Sahara deserts and all the desert region, these regions are situated there. It is very much hot and humid. On the other side, the regions such as the polar regions, the north and south pole, they receive very low amount of sun rays, and sun rays fall on slanted position. So that's why what happened, the oceans also, they receive the heat in the different amount. So different amount of heat also received by the oceans, such as these oceans are very much hot, and so hot currents created, and these regions, what happened, the cold currents, the cold water become very much cold. So like winds, when water become hot, they also started circulating, such as if there is an experiment and activity given in page number 36, that fill 3/4 of the bucket with tap water and heat the water by putting an immersion rod on the side of the bucket. On the other side, introduce as an ice tray just removed from the freezer, and a drop of red ink to observe the path of current by the process of convection. So in this way, if you made the experiment, students, I'll discuss first, then I'll end the class. Okay, just stay with me just for 5 minutes. So in that way, the circulates. Okay. So generally, the warm ocean currents originate near the equator. They started flowing towards the poles, and the cold currents they carry water from the polar or higher latitudes to the tropical or lower latitudes. Okay. So in this way, the cold currents, they come here from different angles, from that side also. Okay, so in this way, and from both the poles, the cold currents, this is Japan, I am drawing this portion, this thing, so not much place was there. Australia. Okay. So in this way, the opposite things occurred. Okay. And from that region, the hot currents, they also flowing upwards. So in this way, the currents created and circulates all over the globes and through the oceans and seas, such as the Labrador ocean current. In cold current, it is Labrador current, a cold ocean current, while the Gulf Stream is a warm current. Okay, so Gulf Stream created near the equator and flown towards the England, okay, beside the England towards the pole, and on the other side the Labrador ocean currents created from the pole and they came near the equator. So the ocean current influence the temperature condition of the area. So when the current passes through the region, they actually affect the weather and temperature of the particular region. Warm currents bring about warm temperature over land surface, and the areas where the warm and cold currents meet provide the best fishing ground, okay, such as fishing ground on the world. and seas around Japan and eastern coast of the North America are some places where fishing is very much popular, because those places warm and cold currents they met together. But there is another problem. These areas where warm and cold current met also experience foggy weather, and making it difficult for the navigation of the ships. So they cannot see their path because a foggy weather created. The same thing occurred if you mixed a cold icy water with one mug of hot water. They mix together and water vapor emerge. Okay, same thing. So if you do the experiment mentioned in the page number 36, you will always notice this type of things will happen. Now I am mentioning the important cold and warm ocean currents mentioned in your book, page number 37, figure number 5.6. That look at the picture, that the warm currents mentioned in the red arrow and the blue current, and the cold current they mentioned in the blue arrow. Okay, such as California current, okay, the Canary current, the Falkland current, the West Australian current, so, and the Oishio current. These are some examples of cold current, and the examples of north current are the Gulf Stream, the equatorial counter current, the south equatorial current, the Ogthus current, the Brazilian current. Okay, so Alaska current, Kuroshio current. So these are some example of hot ocean currents. Okay, so now tell me if you have any problem with the currents. Time is not a problem. Okay, we'll discuss later. First tell me that you understand or not. Because of the rotation of the earth, okay, these things occurred because the sun rays they falls on different latitudes in different positions, such as this is Arctic Circle. Here is a Tropic of Cancer, then Tropic of Capricorn, and the Antarctic Circle. So in this way, in different places, when sun rays fall differently, the equator region, this is very hot. So most of the hot currents they originated from here. Hot currents creates from here and move towards the North Pole and South Pole, and the cold current they started here, they create here, and also flown towards the north to the equator, the area near the equator. Okay, so that's all, students. Thank you.